ready. Yes.
So, good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. My name is Stephen Reese, and of course, we're here until 8 o'clock. And we got a few things this morning on the agenda. As a matter of fact, this morning we have 3 interviews. Dr. Watson will come in at the end of the second hour, but we have the Trinidad and Tobago Registered Nurses Association President Edie Stewart, who will join us at 7:10. I had to reschedule the time for him yesterday when I came off the air. So he and I decided at 7:10, so we're going to go 7:10 to around 7:30, 7:35 with him, depending on how long it takes to get the information out. And then we got Dr. Watson. In the first hour, I have my good partner, Kwesi, coming in, Bullyproof. For those of you who have your children, Bullyproof is coming around. Now, this is a competition, and Kwesi will be on in this first hour to tell us about it at around 6:40. All right? So first thing we do, we say good morning to everybody through the region. Everybody, all of the islands, all of our fans in Antigua, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, all over the place, man. All right? All down in Haiti and all. We have people watching Breaking Dawn. Good morning to you guys. And of course, we are preparing, don't forget, New York, Labor Day celebrations, or West Indian, is it West Indian Labor Day? Or Labor Day, or what do they call it these days? Because I see 3 different names for it. You understand? But we're going to be in the action from the 27th of August to the 2nd of September. All right, so make sure and look out for us there. Coming from NYC, man. Breaking Dawn. This is a big thing for Breaking Dawn, to go live, to do this morning program from New York City is going to be one of the biggest things that we've done. All right? It's the only morning show, of course, as you know, that, we broadcast from any part of the world. And we've been doing it consistently and almost seamlessly for a few years now. All right? So that's just one of the things that we're doing to kind of separate ourselves from the rest of the pack. Okay? And we got some other things planned too as we go into 2026. All right. We're going to get into the news day this morning. And then I am going to open the phone lines, take some calls before we get to Kwesi, because this is the only time we're going to get the opportunity to take a few calls, all right? So let's get into the news day this morning. I'm going to pull my news day here. All right, opposition leader calls on PM and defense minister to answer why was the army chief sent on leave. Lawyers paid $47 million on failed Beetham wastewater project. Those are 2 of the headlines in the paper this morning. U.S. revokes visas of Brazilian officials over Cuban medical program. Economist says stop nitpicking on Exxon TT energy deal. Well, I don't think that's the only thing people need to stop nitpicking at. People seem to be nitpicking at every little thing these days. But nevertheless, trade unionist says Exxon Mobil is no Santa Claus. All right, and the chamber welcomes the Exxon deal. PM says third opinion on what caused Jasha's death may be needed. This is important here because we're going to be talking to Edie Stewart in the second hour. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has described the recent death of 6-year-old Jasha Francois at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital as heart-rending, as an independent investigation into the circumstances surrounding the boy's death is now underway. And speaking to reporters on August 12th, after the lease distribution ceremony for former Caroni 1975 Limited workers at the Southern Academy for the Performing Arts, the Prime Minister said it was a very tragic situation for her as a mother and grandmother and a human being. And, well, obviously when it goes on to talk about this third autopsy that we'll be needing, but meanwhile, the Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association issued a statement on August 12th expressing support for the general trained nurse involved in the case. And the association said its preliminary fact-finding exercise found that the nurse's performance was in keeping with professional standards given the systemic constraints she was working under. We'll find out what those systemic constraints are in a little more detail when we talk to Edie Stewart at 7:10. $47 million in legal fees for failed Beetham wastewater plant. The National Gas Company has spent $47.4 million on litigation tied to the Beetham Water Recycling Plant, with the bulk paid to local and British attorneys, according to documents obtained by Newsday. That article is in the paper. You can take a read on it, because Prime Minister Kamala Persad revealed that attorneys billed NGC $42 million for a single case while speaking at a public meeting to mark a government's first 100 days in office, using the opportunity to warn ministers, MPs, and state enterprise heads, financial institutions, and regional corporations against corruption and inefficiency. And the new chairman of NGC, Gerald Ramdeen, well, he being a lawyer himself, we're going to follow this and see what goes on, all right? So, Venture Credit Union on July cyber attack, banking info safe, but some personal data compromised. CTU says human trafficking network operating in North Trinidad. Well, we know it have a human trafficking network operating in Trinidad and Tobago, because all these people couldn't be going missing just so, right? It's in Harry Potter, so it had to be something else, right? Salcott shut down for maintenance next week. Parsan appointed TT ambassador to the UN. Expert says Venezuela is no threat to Exxon Mobil deal. And Beckel says that the PNM deserves credit for Exxon Mobil deal. We'll take some calls on that. Does the PNM deserve credit? Do they? We'll find out what the population thinks. And AC Tech was fined $10,000 for stealing from a police station. So he went to deal with the service air condition and steal a camera. You real bright, boy. You real bright. I'm telling you. Free driving rehabilitation program begins on August 18th. NIF pays out $85 million to bondholders. Hotelier says Tobago's tourist arrivals have dropped by 70%. Wow. We'll see what they do to deal with you know, the tourism aspect in Tobago. Because remember, Tobago's crime rate went up too, eh? All right? Moving on there. Right. Tobago's crime rate went up as well, eh? Remember men going over there and doing all kind of things now and making the island bad. Anyway, those are some of the headlines in the paper this morning. Before we open the phone lines, because I'm going to the phone lines earlier, I want to give Ole enough time to take a few calls and hear from the public. You know, we like to get interactive on Breaking Dawn. So when I go to these three back-to-back interviews, I might be able to squeeze any calls. So I want to get them in as early as possible. Give me Setwires Holistic Health Clinic. Yeah? So Setwires Holistic Health Clinic, powered by nutritional therapy. They're very simple. They're saying, stop managing a disease because you have the opportunity to reverse it naturally. And they specialize in reversing digestive disorders, cancer, diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and more. This is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And you can call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Those are the two numbers that you could contact Setwire on and book your appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. Also, we got to remind you about Flow. Okay? So Flow Armor, that's right. So get non-stop protection with Armor Security with 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response. You and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security, protection that moves to your beat. Visit discoverflow.co for more details. All right? So make sure and secure your home, you know what I mean, and your family. All right? With Flow Armor. And I also want to remind you about Keolic. So several products in the Keolic range, and all of these products are backed by over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, and they're all made from the aged garlic extract. They include the Keolic blood pressure health, the Keolic cleanse and digestion, the Keolic cholesterol health, the Keolic total heart health. They also have the Keolic circulation health, and the Keo green powdered drink mix, and Keodophilus probiotics. Okay, so get the Keolic range of products at pharmacies and health stores across the country. And for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338, and get your fix there with Keodophilus. All right. Now, there are a few things that popped up over the last few days. I think that the Prime Minister's warning to these banks. I don't know if you all heard it in terms of the banks, but maybe we'll get to that clip in a little bit. Director, you don't have that one from yesterday? That would have been, oh gosh, it would have been one of the Kamala clips, you know. I'll have to get that. That's the one where she's talking about the banks. Huh? Seriously? All right, cool. All right, no problem. Okay, so I'll tell you what. We're going to take the first break. We're going to come back, and we're going to open the phone line and take some calls, and then we're going to take another break and get to Kwesi, right, with Bulletproof. So stay tuned. We're going to be back after this. It's Breaking Dawn. We've got a few things to talk about, all right, including the opposition leader saying that the PNM should be credited for the ExxonMobil deal. I want to get your thoughts on that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
New York Carnival, aka Riatka, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Tom used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, riatkacarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot.
Look something to talk about.
August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva la Carnival, the celebration.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
The most powerful young astrologer from India, Master Sainath, will expert in palm reading, face reading, horoscope reading, gives life-term protection for all kind of problems, court cases, husband and wife problems, negative energy, teenage issue, business problems, ex-love back, job issue, money problem, love marriage issue, health problem, reach great heights in career, jealousy, black magic, etc. He can be consulted to reunite with loved ones. All religions are welcome. Your visit will be private and confidential. Call now +186-8316-0148. Located in all over Trinidad.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Tonight, I'm warning the boards and management of Republic Bank, First Citizens Bank, Exim Bank to sort themselves out. These institutions are not functioning in the best interests of our citizens. They operate in the interest of a few. Imagine this. This really happened. This is a true story. Imagine a 1%er walks into the office of Minister Jillian John. He comes in with a folder with paper, and he puts the paper on the desk. And you know what is in that paper? Puts that paper and he tells her he wants land at Invaders Bay. He said he's getting a loan from Republic Bank to buy the land. Of course, at reduced discounted prices. And guess what? He's then getting a loan from the same Republic Bank to build a building. And then the same Republic Bank will rent the building from him to allow him to repay the loan and make a profit. This is a real story. That is what has been happening in secret, behind closed doors, under the former regime. Thank God you put us into office so we can expose them for their dealings. And this story, I tell you, I am told the same thing is happening at First Business Bank. There's no transparency, no fairness, just in-house deal-making. That is why I have instructed my ministers to fill all vacancies across all ministries.
So the PM there definitely going after the banks. At least she named 3 of them. I believe it was Republic Bank, First Citizen Bank, and the Exim Bank, saying to get your act together. All right? Because they're not operating in the best interest of the people. Inclusive of that, I just want a yay or nay on whether, in terms of the next headline, just give me the PNM headline. The one labeled PNM. Yeah, give me that one too now, because it's quick fire this morning. Opposition leader Penelope Beckel says the People's National Movement should be credited for the new exploration agreement that the government has signed with multinational oil and gas giant ExxonMobil. And she accused the current administration of claiming credit for groundwork laid by the PNM in the energy sector, which she said the UNC government is now relying on to drive its economic plans. All right, I won't go into the whole thing because this is basically it. We signed a deal with ExxonMobil, and they are here now. There is a deal that has been made. It's a winning deal for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, but of course, you know, the people never have to win. It's one political party or the other to win, right? Some one of them. It's only the politicians that win. It's never about the people. It's about who should be credited or who should be blamed. So, this is where it's at. She's saying the PNM should be given credit for it. All right? So, that's one other thing you could comment on with the ExxonMobil deal if you choose to. But on the banks, in terms of what the Prime Minister said, look, 327-7400, we have exactly, let me see, 10 and about, yeah, we have about 15 minutes. So we got about 15 minutes to take some calls. Let's go. And let me those sticker people, and don't give me the long version. You see the long story, we didn't want that this morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Pleasant morning, Stefan.
Pleasant, man. Go ahead.
Okay, let me start systematically. First off, I agree with the Prime Minister, and I would say this clearly. I totally agree with the Prime Minister that some of these banks and some of these people in our society needs to be put on restraint, and they need to be put on pause. Because let's be clear about one thing. Invaders Bay right now have never really been developed the way it was supposed to. For instance, and I deal with this over a long period of time, the natural thing was that Invaders Bay being developed and the removal of the wetlands mangrove from that area under the no net loss policy of Trinidad and Tobago's government. Whenever you remove mangrove from an area, the law states quite clearly, it is supposed to be replanted in a like amount or more at another area consistent with wetlands. And I agree with the Prime Minister that you have, it's more like a incestuous relationship with these banks and these 1% people.
Right.
The fact remains that the fact remains that the Prime Minister is now stating in no uncertain terms she is not going to allow it. I agree with that. Secondly, with Penelope Beckles-Robinson stating that PNM deserves credit, yes, I agree with that also. The groundwork was, in fact, laid by the PNM for that particular deal. I don't see the problem, and what's the sense? Why is it that government after government, including governments from which I had belonged to, continuously do things and not credit those who had laid the groundwork?
Okay.
So have a pleasant morning.
No problem, man. Thanks a lot. All right, we're going again. 327-7400. Yep. Hello, good morning. Morning. This man is always mute himself, you know. I've got to start calling you Fitzgerald Lines, you know. Always, I don't understand that. Every time you call, you always muting yourself. Morning.
Morning. As long as she's taking responsibility for all the failed projects over the last 9 years, the closure of the children hospital, the not open of the South campus, the unfinished schools, the state of crime, the decimation of the economy and all these things, as long as they're taking credit for all of that, we ain't mind giving people credit for nothing as long as we benefited.
Right.
So you have a good day, man.
All right, no problem. Any comment on the banks?
Well, the banks have been not functioning the way it's supposed to function in terms of development. And if it is that we look at development for entrepreneurs to move forward, and I think that we need to look at that everybody must rise and not just the 1%. But I don't like knocking the 1% because 500,000 people are employed by them. So
right.
I kind of I'm in the range with them. But have a good day.
All right, cool, man. 327-7400. Going again. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Stefan, good morning.
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
You know, I really have to say I don't know. Sorry to say about the first caller. Where was he for the past 9 years? Where was he really? It is based on corruption. And any blind person could have seen that if the banks would have been supplying these people with foreign exchange and the normal citizen couldn't get money, $200 to travel. What does that say about anything? Now that it's being exposed, oh gosh, don't come and talk crap now. And with the Exxon Bank, they sat on that, I understand, for more than 6 months. So we don't know whether the deal was off because of them, and now this government is doing what they're supposed to do. This prime minister is doing what she's supposed to do, you know. So is either you accept the change or you go back into the old regime, you know. Okay, right. Stefan, thanks.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Yeah, going again. I hope this man image himself again, you know. Hello, morning.
Yeah, but I finally get you.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah. Right. Strange that under the last government, all you were saying about was dragon deal. Right? We never heard anything about ExxonMobil. All of a sudden.
No, but hold on. The ExxonMobil deal was initiated, I believe, in December of last year. Hold on,
Right.
Just now. Hold on. Reserve credit, December 2024.
No, I'm not disputing nothing. What I'm saying is we never
negotiations began in December 2024. Go ahead.
You understand? I disputing nothing. What I'm saying is we never heard her sing that song. Everything was the dragon, and then Prime Minister talking about if they get through with the dragon deal, we cook. Now, I have no problem. But what our citizens of Trinidad and Tobago realize is if one government start a project and the other government that take over realize everything above board and have no corruption and they continue with the project, stop trying to pat all yourself on the back because at the end of the day, that is for the benefit of the citizens of the country, right?
Right.
So I find I was going to offer you a penny for your thoughts, but a penny really worth not much these days, you know. So.
All right, caller. Let me go to the next caller, Lord Father. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning, Stefan.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
I noticed the Prime Minister continuing to knock 1%. Now tell me something. Who is the 1%? The 1% are the business people. You're not targeting any Syrian, let me say the Syrians, or the 1% comprise Syrians, Africans, and Indians. They are the elites in the society. Everybody was given opportunity to do business in years gone by. Some people decide to work in the public service. Some people decide to do their own thing, self-employed. And a certain set of people decided, look, we're going to do business. And over the many years, business have flourished. And a certain group of people control the businesses in Trinidad.
Right.
We have to accept that. We must accept that.
Okay.
While other people were doing other things, they were investing, making sacrifices, doing business, looking for business opportunities. While the rest of the nation wasn't taking on business. Now we've reached a stage now We want to knock the 1%. Power is money, Stefan. Business people throughout the world controls the economy. We cannot get away from that.
Right.
And we cannot be targeting 1%, 1%. These are the people who you need to support employment. The private sector, Stefan. The private sector needs to support. The government wants the support.
Okay.
Banks. If you are a businessman, a big businessman, and you go in the bank and you have a proposal, might be $1 million proposal, and the bank see it feasible, they will give you a loan, charge you the same interest, like let me say the so-called 1%. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, go on, yeah.
So, Stefan, we tend to knock this 1%, and we depend on the 1% for employment.
Okay. All right.
Look at all the state enterprises, Stefan. See how much losing money. If they were under the 1%, they would have been making money. I don't know.
All right, man, no problem. I'm going again. 327-7400. Don't forget, we got Edie Roberts, Edie Stewart coming up at 7:10 a.m. this morning. Hello, good morning.
I just second tuned in, so I'm not too sure what all you're talking about. But I just want to say, I have been saying this for the longest while. Just leave the 1% alone. Without them, nobody will be drinking a beer. You understand? They know on a Friday. They know on a Friday they want to drink the beer. Leave them alone.
Yeah, but you know that. Yeah, but you know that they have monopolized that industry, right? That's a monopoly, yeah?
Yeah, well, listen, I don't care if they monopolize. Couldn't care less. You see,
Okay.
Trincity, look at how beautiful Trincity is. Leave them alone. Let them do what they do and employ people and flourish. Let the businesses flourish and leave them alone. What they want? You see, have you ever been to Eastgate Mall?
Yes.
That's the little.
Yeah, I've been to Eastgate. It's a fabulous mall.
Just leave them alone for me, please. Okay,
no problem. Lord Father, yeah, I tell you. I'm going again. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Good morning, my dear.
I'm calling concerning NIB. The Prime Minister is talking that. Yes. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me hear you. Let me hear what's up with NIB.
Yeah, the Prime Minister is talking about concerning the banks, right? And their transaction about making deals. Why should they talk about NIB and the pensioners who pay extra in their contribution and not getting it back? Why should they investigate that?
Okay.
That is something she's supposed to investigate because at the end of the day, it's really hard working people pay our contribution and all the excess we cannot get back now. We get in at 3,000 for the month and that is it. So where is our excess going?
All right, no problem.
Right? So I wish and I hope she can address that and investigate NIB.
Hello?
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, no problem. NIB is something that you want to take a look at, no problem. 327-7400. Just taking some thoughts here this morning from you. We're going again. I'm going to take this one. Hello, good morning. Hello, morning.
Yeah, morning.
Morning. Give me a little volume on the caller there. Hardy, I don't know. Yeah, morning.
Yeah, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
So you're sounding like in Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, who is the person that said we'll make the rich richer and we'll create opportunities for the poor?
Kolaki, I can barely make out what you're saying. I can barely make out what you're saying. You sound like you have a pullo over your head and you're talking. Over your mouth.
Look, by here anyway, I don't know, something, probably my phone. Okay, I'll call back.
Yeah, you sound like something blocking your mouth while you're talking. Yeah. Let me take this one. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man. What's up? I hear you clear. Go ahead.
Big Gasparolo here.
Yeah, go ahead.
the 1% are 5 families in Trinidad and Tobago that is controlling all the wealth and everything, the hand and everything, right? You have to be very clear on who is the 1% here. There are 5 families that control the wealth in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? Their hands are in everything from the mango straight back to cotton grass.
Right.
Right? So when you say they exploit the wealth of the treasury, they're exploiting the people of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, that is my contribution.
All right, no problem. Thanks a lot. I'll see if I can squeeze about 2 more before we take the break and we get to Kwesi with Bullyproof. And then we get to Edie Stewart, and then Dr. Watson is going to close things off this morning, all right? So 327-7400 is the number to call. I'm going to go again. There we go. Hello, good morning. Morning. Go ahead. Share thoughts.
Yes, sir. Morning.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
First to begin, Exxon was here 22 years ago, right? The Minister of Energy at that time, Eric Williams, he brought charges against Exxon that made them leave, right? That is one. Secondly, the Prime Minister spoke about the Riot Act for works and county, and nobody's talking about that. Please talk about it.
Works and?
Works and county, that they're going to work for 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock, everybody gone, and they're supposed to be doing the work that CPEP was doing.
Yeah, I think she also spoke about the Pure program as well, saying that, it wasn't benefiting us at all, and she was talking about the roads. She said, you find a good road for me in Trinidad. And
that is correct.
Yeah, I heard her speak about that, yeah.
Okay then.
All right, my brother, no problem. All right, we got to get ready to go to the break. I got Kwesi coming up. On the issue with the banks, I think she's right. I think that some of these banks, how the banks operate is just totally ridiculous. All right? All this thing that you need, 2 former ID and a utility bill and a job letter and must see your whole history. They want to know who your ancestor was. All kind of thing they just want for you just to open an account, for you to put your money in their bank. And then, of course, they use your money, right? There are other aspects of the banking system that I think needs to be more tuned to the people, to the benefit of people. Sometimes it's difficult to get certain things done. That's all I'll say about that. All right? But I think the banks need to start operating in the best interest of the people in truth. We have had many complaints about the banks over the years here that I've been doing the show. It's 11 years I'm doing the show. And I'm fed up get complaints about the banks. I and always complain about the bank. You understand? So that's one aspect of things. On the other aspect of things, with Beckel saying that the PNM deserves credit for the Exxon Mobil deal, that deal and negotiations began in December of 2024. That would have been, if I'm not mistaken, in or around the time that the Dragon Gas deal would have collapsed. Or I think the Dragon Gas deal would have collapsed after that, but nevertheless. This is the end of 2024. So it's the end of 9 years that you're in office, right? So okay, you start these negotiations in December 2024, and December to April is what, 4 or 5 months? If you want to check it like that, depending on what date in December you start, you could check it at between 4 and 5 months. So 4 or 5 months had passed, and you had a general election and the government changed. And the UNC came in, and within their first 100 days, they were able to secure this deal with ExxonMobil. Should you be credited for initiating the negotiations? Sure, no problem. But like one of the callers said, for 9 years, or for the vast majority of the term, what we were hearing about is Dragon Gas. Dragon Gas, Dragon Gas, Dragon Gas. On top of that, ExxonMobil, as the last caller stated, and it's here, it marks the first partnership between Trinidad and Tobago and ExxonMobil in 23 years. In 23 years. Meaning that for 10 out, well not 10, but 9 out of the 23 years, you were in charge. Right? In terms of the last administration under Dr. Keith Rowley. Right? You were in charge for the last 9 years. And it comes into play 100 days or 101 days into this new administration's term. So I don't know. I don't know if it's about you should get credit or if this one should be credited. I think that any deal like this that is made benefits the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and that should be the end of that. Right? I mean, if I was the opposition leader, I guess that's what my statement would have been at this time. I would have said, well, listen, you know, the PNM started the negotiations in December 2024. We're glad to see that the new administration has followed through because this could only benefit the people. Talk done. Hey, fellas? Sense? Instead of the tit for tat, you see the tit for tat, I want to take credit for this, but you don't want to take, like I think one of the callers alluded to it, well then, you know, everything that went wrong in the last 9 years, you had to take that too, you had to chest strap that too. You understand? So the door does swing both ways, but I think it should just be glad that the deal is done. It's a good deal, apparently, and it could only benefit the people, like I say, moving forward, because this is additional revenue coming in. So you want your credit? Fine, no problem. Credit you for starting the deal, credit the current administration for closing the deal. And that should where it should end, and the people benefit. So with that, I want to remind you about Eden Heights. So we go into Eden Heights here. Yeah, man. We talk about that. Remind them about that, Stefan. Yeah. So Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. They also offer consultation services in live blood analysis, arthritis, sport injuries, heart disease, supplements, detox programs, and more. You could visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trinidad City, Chaguanas, or Tobago, and you could give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. With that, we take the break. When we come back, Kwesi is with us, bullyproof. We'll talk about that when we return.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Introducing Open Minds Primary School Lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
All right, people, so we're back, and I'm telling you, boy, I feel, I remember, boy, Kwesi boy. I used to look like you at that time, Maybe not,
but it's
not like that.
But I said in the video, but I said in the video though, when he was training a few years ago.
Yeah, I see it.
I
see it.
I said in the video.
That was you, or that was Jonathan?
I'm not sure. You remember Jonathan name, boy?
Yeah. I remember. I saw Jonathan in Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, he does run a lot now. Yeah, he have a running group now.
You have a whole running club, yeah.
Right.
Anyway, Kwesi is here.
Yep.
And he was here about a month ago?
3 weeks ago.
Nice, 3 weeks ago. Nice, man. And, he's here to tell us about Bullyproof, which is the kickboxing tournament.
Last time was a camp, this time was a tournament.
Right.
Yes.
So, now I had the pleasure of being present and co-hosting, I believe it was the first one?
The first one, correct.
Right. That was how much years ago?
That was in 2023.
That was 2023. All right. Yeah. That was the year before.
Yes.
Right. So it's coming around again, August 16th. which is Saturday here.
Correct.
So on August 16th, from 12 noon to 4 p.m. ICC time, the Bullyproof Kickboxing Tournament 3 will take place. Now we'll get into to how you could get tickets. Tickets are available. But tell us a little bit again about the Bullyproof. Now this is a kickboxing tournament.
Correct.
So you have, when I was there are different age groups.
Yes, different age
groups. From little
5
years old, come straight up. So
Yep.
tell us about that.
Well, before we start, the theme that we have for this year is a more kind of no-nonsense gladiator vibe, because what we realized in the past year or so, we've seen a really uptick in bullying.
Yes.
You understand? And Childline Trinidad and Tobago said there was a 66% rise in physical bullying, verbal bullying, and a doubling of cyberbullying.
Wow.
All right, in the last year. So we took a real gladiator stand this year, like a no-nonsense theme. If you remember Gladiator, the first Gladiator with
Russell Crowe.
With
Yeah,
Maximus. Right,
yeah.
when they're going into the Coliseum.
Maximus Decimus.
Right,
Aurelius,
and even
yes.
the second one with Hanno, you're going into
Aurelius.
the Coliseum and you're not sure what's going to happen. Sometimes they just drop a lion and you have to respond.
Yeah.
Right, so pretty much we realize the country is going through, especially the initiative and needing a collaborative effort to implement bully-proof or anti-bullying initiatives.
Yeah, I like the term bully-proof, to be honest with you. Rather than anti-bullying, I think bully-proof is
I should trademark that. Bro.
Yeah. No, you should.
Yeah.
I think you should, eh?
Save this,
I think you should.
Save this. This is our third year.
This is your third year, and from the first year when you said bully-proof the first year, I was like, wait, that's a pretty good way to get children involved, or not so much children, but parents.
Yes.
Because when you say kickboxing, a lot of people will think violence, fighting, that kind of thing. But it's totally different. So if you could explain people that this is not encouraging children to fight, but this is encouraging children to defend them. Well, to have some way of defending themselves.
Yeah. So we go by with especially our club, and the tenets that we go by is toughness, bravery, and kindness.
Right.
Right. And one of the things that the tournament is doing is tapping into that whole bravery, that bravado, going into a ring, preparing yourself for a fight, facing your fears, facing the challenges of going into a ring. So basically on August the 16th, 12 noon to 4 p.m., the ring in Aranguez, which is our training center, is going to become the universal coliseum of all these fighters that's going to be coming. We have fighters from as far as Rio Claro, fighters from San Fernando, Shogunas. We have little clubs. It's just like they're grateful for the opportunity, and they're grateful for having. This is the first one of the year. I mean, we're part of the federation, the Kickboxing Federation, but they're not active to say that there are a lot of events and activities for the kids to participate in. So they look forward for this. Yeah. So we have.
Can imagine.
Yeah, we have like about eight fights on the day.
Okay.
Right. Ranging from this year we have a bit more mature fight card. So you don't have the 5 and 6. I'm reckoning because of SCA, because that's always a determining factor.
Okay.
So sometimes SCA, CXA parents might say, nah, they have to study, or nah, they have to, to go extra lessons. But so we have a bit more mature fight card. So we have from like about 13 years up to 16 years old.
Okay.
All right. But we're grateful that we're able to have this done, and I want to thank our platinum sponsor, Linda's Bakery, for literally helping us bring this initiative to life. As you know,
all right, big up
sponsorship is always a big thing. Sometimes these things you don't really make money off of it. It's all about investing in the youth, and that sounds like an elaborated. That sounds like an elaborated cliche.
You never went to finish your sport for this man?
I need you.
Yes, he
I need you.
Yes,
You're the man. Why you feel like coming here? I show you how to lower back pain.
Because I have a serious, from the time you walk in there, you realize I sit down on the chair there, and I flinching is because I went on a rowing machine on Tuesday.
This man always do all kind of thing.
And I think it's my posture now. And I get a lower right here. I think it's your QL muscle or something. So again, I could barely bend over. You understand?
Yeah.
I could barely, I'm telling you, it's real pressure. I can't sit down for too long, you know. I might stand up and do the rest of the show, you know. But yeah, in terms, no, but we had to get Ministry of Sport involved in this.
We have
all right.
to.
So I had to talk to when I meet with I'll see if I can get a meeting with David Nakid.
Yes, and
all right,
and keep this, and even those who are watching in, just remember, not just only what we're planning on as well is just taking it outside of the ring and taking it to the schools.
Yeah.
Right. So next year, our team has already planned to make it more inclusive of everyone. So not just people who are training in kickboxing, but people who just need to just be brave, like, you know, try something new. Like,
sometimes you
feel
just
like
need
they
to,
could believe.
And not only that, sometimes you just need to let it out, you know. Sometimes you need to let frustration out somewhere.
Yep.
So you do it on a punching bag, you know what I mean? Or you know, you take up a sport like kickboxing, just to lay it out and channel that negative energy in a positive way.
Yep.
Now, in this video here, I see a few fighters, right? A lot of youths. All, just to be clear, they are all local.
All local. No foreign bouts this time around.
Right.
But all local. Right? We want to, I mean, this is the third year, but we want to focus on not just creating a great show, but giving athletes here within the art form of kickboxing a chance. Now, some of them, I could recollect that some of them didn't have fights. They actually came for the first one and you came in Trin City. And they were crying that they didn't get fights on the card. And they represented Trinidad and Tobago, some of them in mixed martial arts. This one here, to the left, others. And it's just like, it shows that, you know, we are rewarding the consistency by us putting on our event every year.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, once you're training, there is a bulletproof kickboxing tournament to come and showcase your skills.
And who's the main event?
Right, this is the main event here. So, Kaimani Charles from Elite Fight Force Academy, right? They're based in Kaipachaima, Extreme Right. Great fighter. You understand? Very technical. So, you're very technical, very, you know, precise. You know, I would say not like a Floyd Mayweather, but like a kind of Canelo Alvarez, you know, Terence Crawford, those who into boxing, you know, a little Adesanya as well, you know, and Nathan Batiste is from Alpha Academy from Rio Claro, you understand? And he is very aggressive, very, very, very aggressive, good low kicks, good endurance. So it's going to be, we have so many good fights on this card this time around. And it's all teenagers, so you know they're coming out to prove a point. We have
all teenagers.
All teenagers. And we have, so the representing clubs that we have on this fight card, we have Evolution Kickboxing from Shoguanas. We have Southern Warriors from San Fernando. We have Elite Fight Force Academy from Kaipachaima. We have Alpha Academy from Rio Claro. We have Rams Flight Club. And we have one representative from, I hope I'm not missing out anybody. Oh, Pyramid Martial Arts, which is a karate school. All right, nice Pyramid Martial Arts. And then we have one representative from TKB.
All right, one.
Very good.
You're still inside.
Right?
But how is that going at TKB?
It's going good, boy.
All right,
it's
good,
going
man.
good. It's going good.
And I know you have your gym in Aranguez now.
Yeah, gym is in Aranguez.
Nice,
lot of work. After this, I'm taking a break.
Serious?
Yeah, well, a break from I like events, like different things. That's focusing on the gym.
On the gym?
Yeah.
All right, great, man. Begging me to come up in the gym, you know, but in Aranguez, boy. You know, I grew up in Barataria, you know. So when you say Aranguez, it should be no problem for me, you know. I grew up in Barataria. You know, when you live in town, you just start to do like everything after the lighthouse, really too far, you know, boy.
It's far.
I grew up in Barataria, with me, boy.
All the same thing, boy.
I grew up in Barataria. Aranguez is around the corner. What is wrong with me? Is that really that Aranguez fire, boy? You see, if I finish the show, to drive east, then to come back west, and then, you know, it's oh gosh, boy, you know. But maybe I'll take you up on the offer because I had to get back fit. And this is actually, Kwesi is actually the man responsible for getting me in, I think it was 2016. In 2016.
Nah, it was a little more than that. Probably about 2018 around there.
2018, you feel?
Yeah.
All right, it wasn't as far back as 2016.
Nah, because we started Trini Kickbox in 2017, so I know.
Oh, okay. Well, it's in 2018. Well, then that, you know, well, you work real quick. In 2018.
Let me work real quick.
No, because I was bigger than this.
Right.
Right? I just had the belly now. But I mean, basically, I was.
But you
out
need
here.
credit too because you was consistent too. You was coming.
2 days a week, 1 hour a day,
Yeah.
2 days a week, And he brought me from 209 to 169, 70 pounds. Right? But not, with definition.
Yeah.
Right? Where I went from wearing XL to medium. You understand what I'm saying? It even had some small used to fit me. If you could imagine that at this point in time, right? But yeah, boy, Kwesi got me down. I'm telling you, it was hard work. It was hard
Somebody
work,
came
but-
to the trading class last week, so they did one class with GT, and then they never had a class with me, and by 5 minutes, she was like, nah, but I thought I couldn't make it.
Nah, yeah,
I
he's
can't
ready,
make
you know.
it.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, we had to go hard. You understand? But I was with him, but I gave him a message, right? I gave him a message, like, are you okay? Everything okay? Just checking in. You have to balance it. You can't make them feel too evil.
No, but that's the thing with him, That's the thing with him, one of the reasons, because remember that time my father was alive, I used to take care of my father, and we had a schedule was on, and Kwesi would message me, sometimes I said, go and I say, oh God, he message here, that we are nothing today. I ain't doing nothing today. And then just so you get the message on the call from Kwesi. Where? Am I Nelson Manda? Say, I can't come in. Sometimes the laziness, But once you get into a routine, you're good to go.
You have to get a routine.
You know what I mean? And he's really, really good at what he does. All right?
Thank you so much.
All right, so
you good at what you do too, eh?
Well, yeah.
I was telling Kelly the other day, just like you have. What?
I'm good at eating.
It's like you have a good way of just like you're real diplomatic, and I guess that's why you have the success and so much.
Man, thanks, man.
And they like it. They can relate to you in that way.
So people, I want you to come out and support this.
Right.
I want you to go out and support it. It is bully-proof kickboxing tournament 3. Adults 150, kids 100. Athlete registration is $80.
Well, athlete registration closed.
Well, the registration closed.
Yes.
So it takes place at Light Pole number 5, Johnny King Road in Arangwes.
Yep.
And I know we have a large viewership in Arangwes, so the Arangwes people, come out and support. This is right in your backyard, All right, and I want to thank Kwesi for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And telling us about it, my brother.
All right.
You will see me in the gym.
All right, I'm happy.
I'll go to New York on the 27th. If I get rid of this back pain soon enough, if I could get rid
I'll
of
give
this
you some
back pain,
exercises when I'll send you a message to get some exercises. But you have to do it. You say, yeah.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
All
Because I want to get, because this is stopping me from doing what I need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm wicked, with that back pain. I went and walked yesterday, When I ain't supposed, I really supposed to think here, but I said, nah, boy, I'm going to take a walk. And up a hill, I started to feel a little pull there. I said, oh God, nah, boy, let me do mess it up more than I done mess up already. Understand? But now you'll see, man, because I had to come up and check you. You had to get me back in. You had to get me back in again. I need somebody like you. Who just persistent. All
right, let go. 5
right?
up and down. 5 up and down.
So I tell you what, people, we gotta go to the break. But so it is bully-proof kickboxing tournament.
Yes, guys. This Saturday, 12 noon to 4 p.m. Now you have to get your tickets. It's a small area, so we could hold maximum 200 people. So you don't want to reach late and say and then get turned away. And people get when they get turned away, no, but they win more.
Correct.
They want to push more. Like why?
Correct.
No, we don't want that to be you. All right. So this Saturday, 12 noon to 4 p.m. 762-2604, 762-2604. Thanks again to Linda's Bakery, our platinum sponsors, and as well Pizza Boys for our gold sponsors, because they give money. We have some others there, but they give money. They give money. You know
nice
money. The people, the sponsors, they give the product, which we're grateful for. But you need
that cash.
You need DJ, you need chairs, you need tables. So thanks again to Linda's Bakery, Mr. Peter George, Jovan Anthony, and Lendell. Love it.
Nice, man. We take a break. When we come back, we got Edie Stewart, the president of the TTNNA. He will join us on the Jasha Francois issue. Stay tuned for that. That's coming up next.
Yeah.
Like this that Trinidad and Tobago has grown accustomed to, school fights happening in and out of the classroom and on the street.
The nation has felt the pain. Our children falling prey to the hands of bullying, brawls, fights, Suicides, forcing us to search for answers. In the midst of the hurt we feel, there are warriors. Warriors ready to fight back, ready to join in memory of those who've suffered in the past, to stand with those fighting now, and guard the future from fear. On August 16th, as the clock strikes noon, we take our place. We take back our power. Reclaiming peace, safety, and purpose. This isn't just a fight, it's a movement. An adrenaline-packed showdown of skill, courage, and the bully-proof mindset. Mark your calendars.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City. I come from when used to carry it. With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, weatcarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot. Look something to talk about. August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva La Carnival, the celebration.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. we select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
The most powerful young astrologer from India, Master Sainath, will expert in palm reading, face reading, horoscope reading, gives life-term protection for all kind of problems, court cases, husband and wife problems, negative energy, teenage issue, business problems, ex-love back, job issue, money problem, love marriage issue, health problem, reach great heights in career, jealousy, black magic, etc. He can be consulted to reunite with loved ones. All religions are welcome. Your visit will be private and confidential. Call now +186 8316 0148. Located in all over Trinidad.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canoopia. Chic Leisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results that open minds. It's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only serving God, come and be comforted if you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for you.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We're just about 17 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. And we want to get straight into the interview here with President of the TTNNA, which is Edie Stewart. We want to say good morning to him. We have him via the phone line. We had to make a little adjustment here. So good morning, Mr. Stewart.
A pleasant good morning to you and your listeners. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the program for the first time. Hopefully it won't be the last.
Second time, actually.
All right, nice, man. Oh, this is second time?
Yeah, I was on your program already.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, boy, I totally, that had to be a little while ago.
Yeah, a while, actually.
All right.
I believe so, yeah.
All right, well, welcome back, man. I want to get into this thing straight off. We had the unfortunate, it's a very sad, a very sensitive situation with the 6-year-old boy, Joshua Francois. We know that, the emotional part of things, of course, will play out to a great extent. And then we have the autopsies that are being done. I see that this morning the Prime Minister is saying a third opinion may be needed, to kind of to settle this whole situation. Now the TTNNA has said that, look, we support the nurse, and we believe that our nurse operated within the protocols and things of that nature, right? So first off, in a situation like this, all right, what are the protocols? If we could get an understanding for that.
All right, so again, I want to extend condolences to the family and loved ones and of Jason, and I would try my best to avoid speaking on a specific issue out of respect and for what they are going through.
Right.
So I'll try to speak as broadly as possible, but I definitely would also, because we're already abreast of what transpired for the most part, and I know the public would want some explanations. So having said that, before we get to the protocols, we have to understand what currently exists in terms of the ability to deliver safe, quality care to our patients.
Okay.
And one of the things the association has been harping on over the last 15 years is that we do not have the systems in place to ensure we deliver safe care on every interaction with our patients. We do not have those systems in place. The policies are one thing which we're getting to. The second aspect is the human resource, and particularly in nursing, which is so short. And persons have not been able to wrap their minds around what the meaning of shortage of nursing staff means to the safety of care that is being delivered to our patients. Persons are unable to wrap their minds around it. And one thing we can do is demonstrate to them the literature that currently exists internationally, which demonstrates every patient you add to the nurse's workload, it increases the risk not only for that additional patient, but for all the patients under that nurse's care.
Okay.
So, for instance, that nurse supposed to be taking care of no more than 4 patients on the ward. That nurse was being asked, in actual fact, to take care of 6 patients.
Okay.
So for every additional patient beyond 4, not only the additional 5th and the additional 6th patient get a compromised care by 15%, increasing the remaining 4 patients or care is already compromised. Because, for instance, that magnesium sulfate, when being administered, you are supposed to monitor, and that's what we put out in our press release. You have to monitor that patient while they are being, that infusion is taking place continuously. Can the nurse do that when they have to deliver medication for 5 other patients under their care? Can they do that? Can that nurse do that when they have to do vital signs for 5 other patients? Can that nurse do that when they have to see about changing dressings, changing, depending on the acuity level, have to deal with infusions, have to deal with bronchodilators, a number of things going on. And that is why there's international policies and procedures in how many, and certain countries have gone the extra mile by saying, putting it into law. So it is law in California, it's law in Australia, it's law in a number of other territories where they're saying you cannot go beyond these minimum patient-to-nurse ratios.
Okay.
In fact, let me also say, the PAHO report, and we would have mentioned it in our press release, the PAHO report of 2024, the number 1 problem that was identified in the NICU department of Port of Spain General Hospital that led to those babies' death, the number 1 problem was the shortage of nursing.
Okay.
That cannot be refuted. And these are international experts who came in to Trinidad and Tobago and pointed out problems that the association has been saying for years.
Well, we know.
And that is one issue, Stephen. There are 2 other issues when it comes to shortage of nursing staff. So that is the raw figures. Okay. We would have made a statement recently about we would not, and we continue to say it, that we are not in favor of opening a Couva Children's Hospital. Why is that so? Because we don't even have enough staff to treat the patients we currently have at present.
Okay.
We currently don't have enough nurses. So how can you open yet another secondary healthcare facility, the 14th healthcare facility? When you go to other countries, you will not see so much other hospitals in such a small space as Trinidad and Tobago in our square footage.
Right.
I challenge anyone to go up the islands and see how many secondary healthcare facilities, otherwise known as hospitals, secondary level treatment hospitals. But we don't have a single tertiary level facility, tertiary level to treat with stroke rehabilitation and all of these things. We don't have that in Trinidad and Tobago, but we have 13 to 14 secondary healthcare hospitals. How can you, with good conscience, how can the association, with good conscience, knowing we can't staff our existing healthcare facilities, yet you want to bring on another healthcare facility. What would happen? They will have to make the current healthcare facilities further short, pull nurses from those healthcare facilities to be able to short staff another healthcare facility. So if there's one thing you can guarantee is that the Nursing Association is going to lie down in front of that Couva hospital anytime they decide to open that hospital, because we would not allow what transpired to Jay Shaw to happen to any other child. Knowing, and we will not allow any government, I know it's I'm not getting into the politics, but I know it's something near and dear to the Prime Minister's heart. But let me tell the Honorable Prime Minister, if she genuinely wants improvement into quality of care, she would listen to the Minister of Health, Dr. Lakram Bodo, who said his first priority, and I'm so glad that this happened, just that he made that statement just less than 1 week ago. He's going to, his main priority is to fill the 1,800 vacancies that currently exist in nursing.
1,800 vacancies currently exist?
Minister of Health has confirmed exists currently, but you want to pass another health. How is that logical? How can that one wrap their minds around that? We have 1,800 short staff. Vacancies currently exist, but we want to open another hospital. And thirdly, as persons would be hearing, so we already dealt with patient to staff ratio. We already dealt with the number of nurses. Let me also say, do you understand what a children hospital is? I think people just use words flippantly. What does a children hospital mean? That means you are specialized in the treatment of pediatric and neonatal and whatnot. So you have specialist doctors and specialist nurses and specialist equipment to deal with that. My God, we don't have that at the Couva Children's Hospital. We don't have a single nursing school as we speak training neonatal nurses or children, adolescents. We don't have a single school training persons. In fact, we don't have a single school training oncology nurses, theater nurses, ICU nurses, dialysis. We don't have a single nursing school in Trinidad and Tobago as we speak doing these things. So we have no specialist training as we speak. As we speak, the last one closed because the last one was an uncredited organization, and we lobbied the last government to transfer those courses over to the accredited nursing schools.
Right.
Because they were operating illegally. Imagine the government of Trinidad and Tobago were operating illegally against their own Accreditation Council Act of Trinidad and Tobago by operating schools upstairs and more on Frederick Street and in Palms Club in San Fernando, substandard. You can't verify the quality of training. And the association actually had to go to court to force the government. And we were saying, and this took us in excess of 10 years, because we have been lobbying Nyan, Gatsby, Dolly over those years to transfer those programs and let the accredited nursing schools, UE and USC and Costa, to deliver those programs. And they paid us no mind, and then we had to go to court. So currently, we are in an environment where no training is taking place. So guess what? You will have situations like what you have in San Fernando General Hospital on our pediatric wards, where one, you are shortage of nursing staff. Two, the nurses who are there are not pediatric trained. And three, you'll have many instances across Trinidad and Tobago where we have very junior nurses taking care of very high acuity patients with a lot of issues, complicated issues, and delivering drugs that really and truly specialized nursing personnel should be delivering.
Wow.
But that is the environment we are faced with. So even before we go to the policies and procedures, which are really for if you have a best practice taking place, even before we go to that, we need to fix these systemic issues in our healthcare system. And let me also say, we met with the Minister of Health recently. One of the things that we would have brought to his attention. And we saw, and we were so glad it's in the UNC's manifesto, is for him to ensure the health sector accreditation bill comes back to Parliament. Something we have lobbied the last administration over the last 9 years in their office to ensure they bring back. What does that mean, Stephen? It means that there will be an independent body who will go into our public and private healthcare institutions to ensure that they are meeting the basic standards of healthcare, that they have the minimum number of nurses, the minimum number of trained specialist doctors. If you're offering, you cannot be offering specialized dialysis treatment if you don't have a nephrologist on your staff. And let me tell you, Stephen, being in the position I am fully aware of a number of private health facilities breaking the law, but there's no health sector accreditation council
to deal with that.
To independently deal with that. So don't believe people bashing public. Don't believe this is not happening in private. Don't believe for a second this is not happening in private.
Wow.
The only thing is private, they pay out their money quickly to prevent it from hitting the news. So don't believe if you go into the private healthcare setting, you will get any further better treatment. Yes, the doctors are going to stay around you and speak to you very nicely, and you're going to be in an air-conditioned room and all of that. But I personally know there are private institutions which the quality of care is also severely lacking. So there are a number of this, and it is up, and I'm so thankful that Dr. Laklambodo has come out and begin to make statements, and he appears, and I know he's a genuine person, and he will be willing to fix these issues. And we stand ready to work with him as one of the major, in fact, the major stakeholder in healthcare. And why I say the major stakeholder, other than the patient, it is because no matter how skilled a doctor is, no matter how experienced, no matter how well versed in medicine a doctor is, when that doctor prescribes the medication, it is the nurse who has to give it. Yeah? It is the nurse.
Right.
And if the doctor has a bad day, as all of us do, it's human. So all of us may have a bad day and may have a slip.
Right.
It is the nurse to pick it up.
Because
and once you have a trained and experienced nurse, and a nurse confidence in his or herself to say, Doc, I believe this medication is incorrect. I don't believe this child is in need of this medication. Doc, I don't believe that this child warrants this strong medication, or at least lower the dose, Doc. It's not every nurse could do that. It's not even every house officer could stand up to a consultant. If you know the training of doctors, some of these consultants will cosplay their house officers and hold them back from executing. If persons only understand some of the things that inspire.
But Mr. Stewart, just interject here. You mentioned the doctor. I'm glad, not the doctor, but doctors on the whole. And the doctor prescribes the medication and the nurse administers it, right? I have been wondering, in accordance to what the parent said, right? All right, in this situation, that the first administering of the med, there was a negative reaction and they discontinued it. And then, according to the parent, the nurse returned saying that the doctor said that that is a normal reaction. And then they went into a second administering of the medication, right? But here's my thing. Isn't the doctor supposed to come to the ward in the event that a patient has a negative reaction to the administering of any medication? If the nurse goes and says to the doctor, Doc, the child is responding negatively to this medication, I think you need to come and take a look. Isn't the doctor obligated now to check on the patient?
Stephen, I would do that. I would do that as a practitioner, and I am ultimately responsible for the care of patients under my portfolio. I would want to go and view for myself. So I would do that.
Right.
And as a person who has worked in oncology, where we're dealing with very toxic chemicals, I would want, if a colleague of mine saying, your patient reacting, I would personally go and see for myself.
Right.
If there's a policy in place, a written policy, because you're saying the doctor ought to have gone and see for themselves. Is there a policy in place that says the doctor ought to go? Or is it your training or your experience or to guide you? So there's two different things. So if there's no policy in place, how can you fault? Well, I wouldn't say how can you fault, but it is not a mandate. But a court would say, what would a doctor with your level of experience and training, what should they do? Right. So these things, and I don't really want to get into what the doctor ought to do and what ought should have done. I'll leave that for the investigation and probably the Doctors Association to speak on.
Right.
I prefer to focus on what the nurse should have done. And the nurse did what she was supposed to do, which is
This one I'll come into.
The doctor who was on the ward and speak to the doctor, indicating what transpired. If the doctor needed further clarification, he or she would have asked. And the doctor now would tell the nurse, okay, these are some of these side effects, which is true.
Yeah.
Burning at the side, even vomiting is some of the side effects of that medication. So what else needs to happen? And then the nurse would have come back. But again, an experienced and seasoned and trained nurse would act differently from a nurse who is 1 year on the job, Stephen.
Wow.
That is thing persons must understand. A nurse who is 1 year on the job in a specialized area and working above the recommended capacity of patient to nurse ratio.
Right.
So that nurse have to follow the doctor's instruction. Because let me also tell you, there's a hierarchy within the health field, as persons would know. It ought not to be like that, but there's a clear hierarchy. And doctors are above nurses. And if you go against a doctor, be sure even your own nursing management will come down on you. So nurses have been placed in a very precarious position.
Wow.
Where they are the patient's advocate. But when they are advocating for that patient, their very support structure would come down on them and say, why did you do X, Y, Z? And I personally faced that myself.
Wow.
Before I worked in oncology, I worked in psychiatry, and there was a patient on the ward who we have something called mental health officer admission.
Right.
And you cannot remain as a mental health order admission for more than 3 days, 72 hours, before the doctor comes and change your status. Meaning the mental health officer, who is a nurse working in the community, brings in a patient. And within 72 hours, the doctor must come and change his status, indicating I have reviewed this patient, and this patient really needs to be housed and restricted from leaving the institution.
Okay.
Did you know I demanded after 2 nights straight, because I was working on night shift, I say if I come back at 3rd night and this patient is still in this hospital, because it's against the laws of the land. This is a law that was being broken in St. Anne's Hospital on that particular ward I was working. A law. And I say if I come back at 3rd night, I'm just going to open the gate and let this patient go. Because I would be held culpable. You know, the next morning, the doctors did indeed come and change the status, but the next morning I was out of that ward. I was removed by my nursing management from that ward because of what the doctor asked. And you know, that same doctor is now a senior doctor in the Ministry of Health. I would say no more. But this is the level. And it's only strong nursing personnel. And you know, I teach nursing leadership and management at a particular particular school.
Right.
On the side. And this is something I try to inculcate in nursing personnel, because I always tell them, at the end of the day, and it's behind testimony now, 50% when something goes awry, when you fully know that you were doing because nurses are predominantly female, 95% of nurses in Trinidad and Tobago and internationally are female.
Female, yeah.
So they have always been, look, oh gosh, when the association telling them, hey, don't admit any more patients, don't take any more patients above your workload, or don't take over the ward alone. Imagine one registered nurse to see about 20 patients, Stephen. That is what's going on right now. When we tell them don't take it over, they say, oh gosh, we have to do it because we empathize with the patient. We can't just have the patient with nobody. When we tell them and they go ahead and do that, I want to remind them of this day where the public would not be considerate of what actions you were trying to assist. Even the very public themselves, they would always remember that the nurse made an error or did not do what they were supposed to. That is what they remember. And as we've seen right now, 50% of the public blaming the doctor, 50% blaming the nurse.
The nurse, yeah.
No one blaming the Minister of Health. No one blaming the administration. No one blaming successive ministers of health, like Dr. Fuad Khan, who said nurses only need one subject and a passion to practice. He did why they need bachelors and all kind of things. He don't find nurses should be trained to the same level as a doctor, because that is what the association is saying.
Right.
Every single thing that doctor knows, the nurse ought to know, probably other than surgery itself. Because if the doctor is making a mistake, the nurse is the one to pick it up. So how could you tell me a nurse only need one subject and a passion, when all of the islands, nurses moving just from 5 CXC subjects to enter nursing, now you require A-levels to get to nursing, because the entire world is improving the quality and standard of nursing training. Nursing is being taught bachelor's level.
In the teaching hospital that was not accredited, that you mentioned a little earlier, we have nurses currently in the system working that came out of there?
Well, first begin, hospitals in Trinidad and Tobago do train nurses. You just go there for experience.
Right.
So there's no such thing as second to begin, there's no such thing as a teaching hospital in Trinidad and Tobago. That is just a word placed on a door. Teaching hospital means you have faculty attached to that hospital. It means that you are known for some top levels specialized medical treatment. I recently visited Atlanta, Georgia, and I went into Emory University Hospital. They have faculty attached to the hospital. They have ongoing training. Doctors and nurses go there to get specialized treatment in oncology. We have none of those things in Trinidad and Tobago. All it is just general hospitals, and they plaster the word teaching over it. Yes, those are not teaching hospitals. The closest thing to a teaching hospital is probably Eric Williams, where you have the university to the back of it, but they are not directly related. It's two completely different organizations. You have UE and you have Eric Williams.
All right.
So we have no teaching hospital.
All right, just real quick here, because I only have about a minute or two left.
Sure.
Just finally here, I think I have a better understanding for the whole systemic problems or systemic constraints, as it's termed in the article here and from your release, that the nursing sector is going through. I think I have a better understanding, because yesterday I was asking the question how the shortage is connected to the nurse administering the medication, but you went through that and you cleared that up because of the nurse to patient ratio. I just finally want to find out something here very quickly. A nurse that ends up in a situation like this one, obviously, while the parents will be going through their grief and trauma, because they were there as well, the nurse would have been there and witnessed this entire thing take place in probably a matter of seconds, right? And a life is lost, of course. What is there in place in terms of trauma treatment or psychological assessment for nurses who have to go through what this nurse might be going through at this point in time from a mental standpoint?
She has to come out to work the next day.
Really?
Yeah? She has to come out to work the next day. There's no majority of the hospitals used to have a staff clinic. That has been done away with. So if nurses require treatment of their own, even working in their own institution, they have to go to the same accident and emergency. And as the saying goes, scrub bench like everyone else.
Wow.
One or two institutions there's an EPA, which you go, you sign up, and the effectiveness of same could be questioned. Employee assistance program in some of the institutions. Some are better than others. And then there is one or two services that may or may not be offered to the nurse. Because really and truly, nursing personnel and medical professionals on a whole see death and dying so often. It affects them psychologically, where they begin to tune out, sadly. And sometimes if you don't tune out, and I don't believe this junior nurse has been able to do that as yet.
Wow.
This is something that over time, to preserve your own mental health, you build up this defense mechanism to cope with death and dying. When you see, and you will see, there are a number of nursing personnel, including myself, who will not work with children, because it's one thing to see an adult die, but it is a totally different thing to see a child dying on the eyes. It's totally different. It's really traumatizing. So it's really only God send people who really want to work with children, because they know there's always a possibility. Any medication you give could have an adverse reaction. Any medication. And it could lead to what transpired. And you would have to face that. So we always commend our specialist neonatal and pediatric trained nurses, some of the best, and that's why they can claim such high salaries when they go abroad. While in Trinidad, you get $420 as a specialist nurse. So those are some of the challenges we face. Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Stewart, I want to thank you for your time this morning, and well, hopefully, I hate to say, there's no way that this could ever sound good, but hopefully the best comes out of the situation. I don't know what the best could be, considering the situation that we're dealing with, but I think the best would be that the healthcare system definitely gets turned upside down, if I could put it that way, and that we could start from the root cause problems and start to build the way up, so that we could have a better healthcare system moving forward. I think that's the best result for everybody across the board, but definitely a difficult situation to deal with, a sensitive situation to deal with, and we wish you guys the best moving forward, because we know it's not an easy job, being a nurse or a doctor or anybody in a medical field. It ain't easy. All right, everybody had to make decisions at some point in time, and sometimes, like you said, you might have a bad day, and it ends up to be an unfortunate situation like this, but we had to try and fix the system itself if we had to, make it better. So thanks a lot for the time, man.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So that is President of the TTNNA, Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association, Edie Stewart there. Listen, if you really listen to what he's saying going on in the healthcare system, it's frightening. That is some scary stuff there. And I don't have time to dive into it, but we could deal with that tomorrow, because we got Dr. Watson coming up. Before I get to Dr. Watson, go ahead and send what are we going to do with Dr. Watson? We can't, okay. That's now. All right. So, well, yes, it's true. We'll take a short break. Short, eh? Okay. We ain't supposed to have one.
you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, so we're back. We 8 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock. We, Dr. Watson will be preempted until next week. All right, so she'll be on next week, Thursday. All right? But I can take a few calls? All right, yeah, we could do that. Let me take a couple calls before I get to the birthdays here and wrap up. Based on what the president said there, in terms of the shortcomings in the healthcare system, it appears to be in a total mess. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, my dear. Go ahead. What are your thoughts on...
Yes. Well, I couldn't hear too clear with him, It was a sort of muffled. But, Stefan, what I'm saying, 9 years they had to fix it. It's not now they're talking about the healthcare. What he did about it. Did he get up and do something about it with the ex-prime minister and the minister? It's not now that going on, Stefan.
Yeah, but what he was saying is that they have been clamoring for this for a while now. And apparently it fell on deaf ears. He even mentioned that there was, I don't want to call, he said you can't call it a teaching school, but there was a facility that was being used to train nurses that was not accredited, and they were actually operating, according to what Edie Stewart said, illegally. And they had to go to the court and so on and so forth to deal with the matter. But he said that he is happy that the current Minister of Health is looking at the situation in terms of filling the vacancies where there is a shortage of nursing. He said because that's where it has to start. It has to start with filling the vacancies, and then we need specialized nurses trained to deal with certain things. So he was talking about all of that. I don't think it's a political thing that he was making in terms of past administration and present.
No, I understand. Yes, I understand, Stefan. Yeah. But the nurses, the trained nurses had to go because they had no benefits for them. They had nothing. Many nurses leave Trinidad. Stefan, you understand?
I understand what you mean.
Right. So he can't just, and one thing I have to say, again, Stefan, that child, I don't care what they say, it was negligence. I don't care, shortage, thing of staff, it was total negligence. Another thing, Stefan, that nurse, was she a registered nurse or was she a trainee?
No, she is a registered nurse, but I think she's a junior. That is what he said.
Junior.
The nurse, he said that the nurse had like a year, she's on the job about a year now.
Right, so she don't have that experience. Anyway, Stefan, the doctor should have been there, however.
Which takes us back to the doctor. This is what Mrs. Stewart was saying, is that not every nurse could go to a doctor and tell the doctor, listen, so and I'm not continuing that, the doctor will give instructions and then the nurse administers.
Exactly.
So
yes, Stefan, but if I train, I would use my initiative and I would say, listener, this dosage is too strong for this baby. He's just 6. You know, you have to, it goes right back to them.
Well, you mentioned
right?
all of that.
He spoke about the doctor having a bad day. You have to leave all your problems home.
No, but
you have to leave it home. One more thing, Stefan.
Quickly.
He mentioned about the limit. I don't want to take so long. I ain't getting to you. I'm glad I'm talking to you now. He talked about I am the person you saw the other day on Lewis Street.
Yeah. No, I recognize your voice.
Okay, he spoke about the children hospital. Kamala, the Prime Minister and the Minister, they're not stupid. They will get staff. We need that children hospital. They will get staff.
All right.
Anyway, Stefan, you have a good day, and my condolences go out to that family.
No problem, I think
all
everybody,
right, Stefan, you take.
Everybody sends out condolences to the family. I think we all understand that aspect of things. Why this not okay? Just now. Yeah, I think he was very fair in his comments. I listened carefully to what he had to say. I think there's a lot going on in the healthcare system, from the training of nurses comes straight up the road, or lack thereof, with proper facilities or proper teaching school, so on and so forth. And I think he spoke from those systemic problems, and this is why we have the problem which we are facing with today. Morning.
Stefan, good morning. I want to start off with, it is alleged, because we need you there every morning. I don't want anything happening to this program in the morning. So it is alleged. When the government buy equipment and put in hospitals, who is to check to see that the equipment they purchase is actually going where they say it's supposed to go? Who checking that? Anybody checking that?
I do not know.
Because you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars for a piece of equipment, and then when you go in the hospital, they don't have this and they don't have that, but it is paid for and it's supposed to be there. Anybody checking that? It is alleged. Okay, bye.
All right, no problem. Yeah, but I'll be fair to Edie Stewart as well. I think we know we have a healthcare problem, but we have to get to the root of the problem. Morning.
Morning. This incident here,
I
hope it is investigated thoroughly, which part now we can now find a solution going forward and begin to work on the ills of the medical fraternity. Not just only the nurses and the doctors, but to correct all the things that will prevent or minimize this sort of action that happened, which part we lose lives unnecessary. Now, Mr. Stewart has been saying things that are happening for quite a long number of time, and I'm adding, what is indicating it is not happening, or nobody not really taking action. So it's 100 days, and we're looking for things now to progress gradually. What is wrong with the children's hospital? Why they haven't opened it as yet? What is happening with the central block in Port of Spain? What is happening all over the place that we begin now to deal with? And not only related to salaries. It's not about salaries, it's about care. This is about proper training and people understand what's going on. And then a nurse cannot supersede the authority of a doctor. So we need to have the doctors and them operating the way they're supposed to, in order the nurses and them will not be blamed or looked at the finger pointing in their direction for things to happen. So looking at these things going forward, we're hoping to correct the ills so people don't die.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
And I think that's what Edie Stewart is saying. Edie Stewart is saying that, listen, if the healthcare system has to improve, it has to start from the ground level with the training and the qualification of the people coming through the ranks before they end up into the hospital. We have to start having specialized nurses to deal with specialized situations. You can't just have any and every nurse dealing with you know what I mean? Morning. Yeah, last call here.
Good morning, Stefan.
Morning there.
Good morning. First time caller.
Yes, first time caller. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, so I'm listening to the, everybody's side of it. I'm hearing everybody's side of it. But nobody is looking at it from a different angle. Because, one, I have relatives who are doctors and nurses, right? So I am seeing it from their side of it. And I am a parent. I have 4 children. I have 7 grandchildren.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is to lose a child like that, right? But I'm also a person who believes in God. We talk about this one is the fault, it's this one fault, it's the next one fault, it's the other one fault, and we blaming and we blaming and we blaming. What if it was the child's time to go? Have we looked at it that way? I mean, the parents now need to heal because you've lost a child.
Yeah.
The nurse now, she has to live with that, as the Dr. Uri was saying, probably for the rest of her life. She saw a child die in front of her, and she's probably wondering, what could I have done differently?
Differently, yeah.
Yes, where did I go wrong? Where did I, what did I do that could have saved this child life, that this child could have been alive today? And the doctor is probably telling himself, maybe, I don't know what the doctor thinking. He could be probably saying, well, I should have gone and seen the child. I should have gone, maybe the nurse should have told me the emergency of the child's symptoms, right? So we sitting here and we just blaming everybody. I'm hearing this one saying, this one should have do this and that one should have do that. What about the parents who have to heal? What about the nation that has to heal because we've lost a child?
Yeah.
It has touched everybody's heart and everybody's life. So where do we go from here? Do we continue to argue the point about whose fault it was?
Well,
or do we blame God for taking the child? Because as a parent, the only justice I will want is to give me back my child alive. And that cannot happen.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thanks a lot, yeah. The caller said something there, where do we go from here? And this is what I'm saying. It has happened. It cannot be reversed at this stage. Okay? I wish I could turn back. I wish I had a time machine. I could have go back in time and bring back my sister, my grandfather, my grandmother, my father. You understand what I'm saying? Life doesn't work like that. Okay? What happened is unfortunate. Disastrous to the family, to the parents. It's sad, okay? It's a very sad situation, okay? However, what I was trying to get across here, and why I sat back and I listened to what Edie Stewart was saying, is because Edie Stewart identified several shortcomings in the healthcare system. At this point, right, to move forward, it does not make sense to waste time on looking back and saying, well, what went on over the last 9 years because we have a new government and wherever and everybody want to. Nobody is blaming politicians here. But maybe that's where we need to start. Because as he mentioned, there are policies that are lacking, there is infrastructure that is lacking, and so on and so forth, right? Why is it lacking? Where do those shortcomings stem from? Who have the power to fix it? Right? We could look at all of these things. But this is not time for that. This is not time to deal with how we're moving forward now. You have these systemic problems that are currently present within the healthcare system, and these systemic problems need to be fixed. And I am saying, let the people who are in power now, who are in charge now, start fixing those problems. That is where we have to start, by fixing the problems, the current problems that exist. Right? Yes, you have to look back if you want to move forward, but sometimes you just have to stick up in and move forward anyway, without dwelling on the past too much. It has happened. All right? We need to fix it. So let me start fixing the problem. All right? They're telling me there's no signal to me here. All right. I have this on the tree from yesterday. No, we did the tree from yesterday. birthdays. No, yeah, we did. It had one picture, I remember. We had to take that out, so we have, what, 9? No. Yeah. I see a 9 here. All right, let me refresh it and see. Huh? Put my own personality in the first one. What does that mean, boy? Anyway, we want to shout out one of Breaking Dawn's fans, Miss Jashri Ramjit from El Dorado North Primary School. She is a great and proactive teacher. And what? Jai Street, that's what I say. But you how you so interested in this shout out? Oh, this your son teacher? Oh, this ain't go get my A, you know. Anyhow, Miss Jashri Ramjit from El Dorado North Primary School. She's a great and proactive teacher and also a Breaking Dawn fan. The director also wants to say thanks that he has had the pleasure of having his son Antonio tutored by you. Again, much appreciation to you, and we wish to have more teachers like Miss Jashri Ramjit from El Dorado North Primary School. Your son just got an A+. I'm telling you, yeah, he is, you know. The man make sure his son got A+, that's why. Morning, Stefan. Happy 4th birthday to this. Hey, man, you have the power, use the power, yes, brother. All right, morning, Stefan. Happy 4th birthday to this little princess, Kaylee Ramkisoon of Rio Claro, coming from Dad Ronald, Mom Alima, grandparents Boy and Diane Ramkisoon, aunties, uncles, and all her cousins, wishing her a great day. Thank you, Stefan. Keep up the great work and have a blessed day. Nice. Good morning. Want to say happy, blessed birthday to husband Hollis, coming from his wife Helena. All right, so Hollis, the wifey say happy birthday, boy. Big up yourself. Nice, man. I hope she buy you something nice, eh? Hopefully she spares no expense. I set you up for a good gift, eh? Shouting out happy 11th birthday to Jonathan, Aaron, Harry Paul. God bless you going forward into a new year. From your dad, Joshua, sisters, Ariel and Ariana, brother, Justin, grandparents, Jill and Franklin, uncles, Matthew, Jason and Rodney, aunties, Julie, Maglis and Johara. Have a wonderful day. Magleis. Maglis or Magli? Or Magle. I say Maglis because it's Reese and it's R-E-I-S. And that E-I-S is probably, yeah. Also, good morning, Breaking Dawn. Would like to wish my beautiful daughter Armani Sukraj, that's her, a very happy 8th birthday, coming from her mom, dad, brother, sister, cousins, aunties, uncles, grandmas, friends, and don't forget her nan. All right, hope she enjoys her day with lots of fun, love and laughter. May the universe give her all she desires and deserves, and may her heart be contented. We love you, Armani. Thank you, and have a great day ahead. Where we at now? Right. Wishing happy birthday to Gabrielle Pagan. Gabriella Pagan, from your loving grandmother Hasina and Papa Musi. All right, may you enjoy your special day with your magnificent mother Alicia, your joyous brother baby Musi, and your great father DJ. All right, nice man. Woo, 3 more. Happy 50th anniversary greetings going out to wonderful parents Robin and Carol Das of Monroe Road, Canupia. Big up the Monroe Road team. Nice. Canupia, big up all yourself. We would like to wish them many more happy years together. This greeting is coming from their 4 children, Reshi, Tony, Trisha, Marlon, and their 9 grandchildren, their son-in-law, daughter-in-law, and the rest of the family. Lovely. Happy birthday going out to Elijah. Yeah, man, I like the shirt. Elijah, coming from your grandmother, your cousins, your aunts and sisters. May God bless you with health and strength to see many more years to come. Nice, man. Elijah, big up yourself. That the kind of shirt I should be wearing, fellas? Not like the old man shirt, eh? Oh, the last one is Elijah as well. Oh, Elijah was on a double. Yeah. So we take that one out. All right, cool. So that's it. All right, so that's it for today, people. We wrap it up for today. We want to thank Edie Stewart for his time. I want to thank Kwesi Thomas for coming through. Sorry we had to preempt Dr. Watson until next week. Doc, don't fright now. Make it up next week, right? So do enjoy the rest of your day. Take the information that you got from the program this morning and understand that we have a serious problem in the healthcare. We know we have a problem in healthcare. We've been complaining for it, not just for 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years. We have been complaining about the healthcare system for a long period of time. So it is time to fix it and get it right. And let us hope we could move forward and do so to avoid situations like Joshua Francois. God rest his soul. Condolences to his family. And the third autopsy, we wait to see what that is going to uncover. So until tomorrow, people. Tomorrow is Friday. Have a great day. We are out.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.